it's interesting that today's run was very much me working through a piece that I'm writing, working through my ideas, my thoughts, as related to this particular story. It's the story of Lilith that I'm writing at the moment. But when I was also asking about, well, is there anything that comes from this to share in one of these reels? And it was more about this idea of questioning for me about how I need, or I am, questioning everything that I'm being shown, I'm being told. Not in an obsessive way, because at this time of year, especially with the astrology that's going on, we can find ourselves being quite obsessive about things. But just looking deeper, maybe, into what it is. So, questioning stories maybe that I've been told about myself, or that I have taken on board from others. Questioning stories that have always existed in the world, like this one, the story of Lilith, and looking at it afresh. The stories of symbolisms that are associated with things, are they still relevant? Do they still work for us? Why are we buying into a story? And it's about, I think, my own agency, rather than now relying on things that I'm told. I was listening yesterday to Josephine Tey's a radio drama of her book, A Daughter of Time, about the two princes in the tower, and how her character was investigating his view of what must have happened, rather than taking the story that was presented in all the history books to him as being what was a truth. And that feels like we're coming very much more to a time when we are going to have to reflect on our own agency, on our own sovereignty, about how we feel as our individual. So our take, our agency, may well be completely different to the person standing next to us, or the person we're closest to in our lives, because it will be how it really resonates for us as an individual, and what that story is for us, and owning that despite what other people, other texts, whatever it is, might say that is another truth about how this feels or what the story is. So I feel like I'm rambling a bit because I'm actually questioning all of this in my head as I'm speaking about it. But yeah, it just felt very strongly that everything that I'm thinking about at the moment is about a questioning, owning my own agency, owning my own thoughts around that particular item or that particular thought, as it relates to myself, as it relates to the outside world, as it relates to things that I am told or I am shown. What is my agency? And how does that reflect my sense of self-sovereignty?